Welcome to the Madroit Podcast. We bring you bite-sized marketing and sales insights to help you level up, no matter the size of your business. Tune in and answer the big question, what does marketing actually do?
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Madroit Podcast. For those who aren't in marketing all day, every day, here's what we're going to give you. You're going to get actionable items for marketing and business that take the mystery out of marketing and help you achieve growth that will be sure to help your business level up. Today, our topic is marketing for the plumbing industry.
Love it. Excited to dive in.
Yeah, me too. Plumbing may seem to most like a field that kind of can sell itself. After all, everyone needs a plumber at some point. But the truth, I think, is that good marketing can take a plumbing business, honestly, to that next level, help them make that next step. So first question I'll pose to you is, what is the value of marketing for plumbers?
Yeah, I think it's tremendous, right? Like plumbing isn't an industry like a utility company where they have a monopoly, right? So you're competing with people, you're competing with individuals providing the same services, competing with big companies, you're competing with people doing it themselves, competing with people not taking action at all. That's not the most common, but you're competing with so many. So marketing and differentiating yourself, getting in front of people is so critical.
I would agree. And I think overall, like you highlighted right there, there's such a variety of competition, but it's also just an essential service. Like people are always going to be looking for you, but that doesn't mean that they're automatically going to know who to call when they need you. So I think that's where marketing comes in. And it's truly about building trust, visibility. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're showing up, but a reputation that can keep the phone ringing and keep the, request a quote or request information form on your website filled out frequently. I think we touched on it a little bit, but for plumbers in particular and folks in that industry, why should they be looking to invest in things like we talked about there, Google search, or even just websites, or just marketing in general?
If you're not actively marketing your business, you are invisible to most people looking for plumbing services. So it's just critical to market your business, and how depends on where you're at business wise and what you have to invest and your goals for the business, right? But yeah, that's why it's so impactful for your business.
I would agree. And I think starting with some of the basics is a key thing that we've talked about previously, but with your online presence, that's one key component for a lot of smaller to mid-sized businesses in a wide variety of industries, but especially in this one where we know having a professional website is going to be very much needed. It should include clear information about your services. Obviously, you want to make sure that your contact information, how they get a hold of you, is on there, and a way for customers to, again, we've said this before, we'll say it again until we are blue in the face, reduce the friction, make it easy, and make that request a quote very easy for them to fill out, help them give the information that you need to give the best information back to them. But let's try to make it simple. So can you take us through what are a couple tactics that you would focus on specifically if you're talking to somebody in the plumbing industry and they come to you and say, Winston, I need marketing help. Where do I begin?
Yeah, absolutely. So every plumber and their business needs a solid website that makes it clear about what services they provide, who they are, to build trust, and why they should help, why you should work with them. The website is the storefront, the inside of the building, so to speak. Now you need the storefront, which is local SEO, making sure you show up on Google Business Profile, making sure your business shows up. So it's critical to invest in that, and leveraging reviews and getting reviews is really important for that, of course. And it's also a trust builder, but you're also building referral partners, if you will, from past clients. So really important to leverage positive reviews, obtain those reviews, work on local SEO, and make sure you have a solid website. What else can you think of?
I want to dive into local SEO just a bit more. Like for when people are actually searching, like, okay, plumbers near me or people who can fix a sink near me, that's where local SEO is really going to come into play and really going to push your business to the forefront by highlighting the services that you provide and really casting those out to people who are searching for those terms. that is where local SEO is going to be a huge difference maker for your business. And a lot of times that can be something that is done very efficiently if you're working with the right group. So that's huge. You hit on the website, you hit on local SEO. I think another thing for me is the ability to share your knowledge. Folks in the trades, folks in home renovation and things like that, DIY content, actually, and I know some may think, oh man, that's giving you the homeowner or giving whoever too much power. Still probably not going to look to take that on themselves. I think that there's good opportunity to showcase your level of expertise, how efficiently you can get something done that may take me, man, that's going to take me 4 hours. And the likelihood of me causing myself more frustration as a result of me trying to do it myself is going to be way more costly to me than bringing in an expert and having them knock it out in 45 minutes. So I think that peace of mind, showcasing your expertise, things like Q&A sessions, things like blog content, social content, where it could just be a quick video of you fixing and resolving a problem that is common for most homeowners. That can be a huge difference maker. And another thing with video content is that something that Google looks to promote. And I think with the changes that YouTube has made also, it allows your video content to get more reach than potentially it ever could have before.
Yeah, the trust building and those types of videos and that content, it's like people, they may never want to do it themselves, but they do want to understand what you would be doing if you worked with them. So that just gives such a clear view into what it looks like to work with you as a business, and puts a person behind it, right? Behind the logo.
Oh, yeah.
So it makes it very personal, and it's just such a good way to go. If you have the team or the ability to do that stuff, which at this point we all have smartphones, you can do a lot with that. And working with someone like us, we can really utilize all of that in a really effective way. But even if you start out organically, just creating a few videos yourself, I think everyone will see the benefit from doing that.
Yeah, and I would agree. And I think the change, what you just said right there about organically, we're just talking about, yeah, you're just posting that on social, you're just posting that wherever on your company's page. That has the ability to go further than it ever has before. So that's why I think something with that consistency is so crucial. If you're going to post one video a month and think, oh man, I'm going to get great traction, you're going to be going at the pace of a turtle. You'll be moving forward, not very fast though. The people who are doing it, if it's once every 2 weeks or if it's once a week, once every couple days, like that is going to help them grow that consistency. Those videos are going to continue to gain traction. They're going to continue to circulate. And that ultimately is going to make them a little bit more authoritative in that space than maybe Plumber Joe is, because he only posts content once a month. Consistency is a key asset to content marketing and putting that out there regularly. So along with that consistency, I think a couple of other topics that we want to dive into for plumbers, and maybe this is more appropriate for plumbing companies that are a little bit larger, but I think some key elements would be SEO and paid ads. When do you want to dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So for a plumbing company that has maybe 2 to 3 employees looking to grow, the investment into full SEO and paid advertising can be really impactful if done correctly. You're looking to grow and take over market share. It's going to be really helpful to jump above your competition, swarm people who might be interested, surround them, so to speak, where you're like everywhere you can be, which is really important for any business trying to grow into a larger company. So really important. I don't know. Would you add anything else to the SEO and paid advertising piece?
I think I just would say along with that I think people may think like SEO is this crazy, like out there in the ether thing.
Yeah.
Man, I don't even know how it works. You probably know a little bit more than you want to admit, that if by creating blogs and having just the keywords that you want to focus on, that you want people to know that you do, including them in your content, building that keyword rich content log, I think is just a great way to build authority, but then also that's going to help you from an SEO perspective. And just because it doesn't get a bunch of likes or there's not a bunch of traffic that automatically goes to that page right away, just know that's continuously working.
Yeah.
So after a week that it's been up, after 2 weeks, after 2 years that it's been up, that blog is still gaining traction.
Yeah, I guess we're spoiled because we're looking at KPIs that we can see the growth on all of this as we work with clients. But for someone who doesn't have that, or it's not their day to day, like I get it. SEO is like looking at a bunch of numbers. What does this all mean? There's snake oil salespeople out there selling SEO,
Yeah.
and it makes it tough for us to get in there and educate to some degree, right? Because they're a bit sheepish, rightfully so. Most people, after they work with us, right, they see it, they trust us, they see the results. So it's worthwhile and they can see the growth of it, which is, yeah, I guess I don't think of often because we're in it so often. We see the growth, but yeah, it's so impactful. And for a long period of time, it's like a garden that once you plant the seeds and let it grow, we have a whole podcast about SEO, right? So people would take a deeper dive into that. But yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what you just said there about the garden, it makes me think like folks in the plumbing industry, this is probably like the least creative analogy that I've ever come up with. But it truly is just like the plumbing system in a home. Like the visibility that you're gaining from your audience, that's like your water flow. So pipes keep water flowing. Marketing ensures that customers find your business when they need you. That's the goal. I think it's something like SEO too is like your drain cleaner, right? It clears the path for potential customers to discover you quickly and easily. And consistency in marketing is like that regular maintenance that you're supposed to be performing. Like it prevents problems and ensures long-term success. And let's not forget, like we talked on earlier, reviews. They're quite literally like water pressure checks, telling customers that your services are reliable and trustworthy and that you are open and willing to do business and you do good work. So again, marketing so essential and crucial for plumbers to stay competitive, build trust, and attract new customers by building an online presence, leveraging reviews, showcasing your expertise. Don't be shy, showcase that expertise and be consistent. Do those things correctly or do those things well, not even correctly. Do those things. You can grow your business and you can stand out in your local market.
Love it.
All right, friends, that is what we have for our podcast episode today. Have a great day.
That's all for this episode of the Madroit Podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions that you want us to talk about on the pod or want to get in touch with us, please visit madroitmarketing.com/podcast. Thanks for listening.